Okay guys, this is Everdream, back at it again with another video, and today we are going to talk about something dear to my heart, and that is Devil May Cry. With the anime out for a couple of months now, it has received some unfortunately deserved backlash for how it handled certain things. While not all its issues are equally significant, I want to talk about the ones that are. But before I address my particular axe to grind with this show, I think it's fair I address what I liked about it first. So here goes. The story is actually interesting, for the most part. I'm not sure how I feel about certain things like the demon-killing bullets, but most of the new lore added to the series definitely enhanced the watch. I personally have always wanted more of an exploration on the human side of things, specifically, in terms of devil hunters, mercenaries, and general world building. And boy did they deliver on that. The sheer amount of interesting new side characters we got was a true treat. The only nitpick I have is that the characters they introduced didn't get enough screen time, most notably the Dark Comms Spec Ops unit. They were here one moment and gone the next, which is a shame. Next, I would like to praise the action. True, it didn't hit the highs I was expecting. But it was more than just okay, it was really good. Studio Maya, being a veteran in the industry, did a solid job. The camera angles during fights, the pacing, the music, and generally all the 2D animated stuff was great. But there was more than just 2D animation. And with that, let's start addressing the bad, starting with the milder stuff, before moving on to the elephant in the room. Okay, so the inclusion of 3D action sequences was certainly a choice. I wouldn't flat out say I hated it all, because certain things looked okay. White Rabbit's gang I felt were modelled really well. The issue stems from trying to 3D animate Dante in both his base and Devil Trigger forms. Yeah, they don't look or even move well at all. Just look at how Dante moves in this particular clip. It just feels off. I don't know if the inclusion of 3D was to save cost or time, or if it was an artistic choice, but please, if you have to have 3D, then less is more. Especially regarding Dante. Now, let's finally address the elephant in the room. And you all know where this is going and who I'm talking about. And that is, of course, Dante. Oh, you thought I was going to say Lady. Nah, Lady is pretty okay in this show as a character. No, my personal beef is with Dante, or more specifically how the writers used Dante. Not wrote Dante, used Dante. Let's get into it. Dante, who is our MC, isn't the emotional core of this season. He's barely emotionally explored at all. He lost his mum prior to the events taking place in the story, and while we do see how that affects him, we never delve into it. In contrast, we get Lady and the White Rabbit as the beating hearts of Season 1. Now why does this bother me? Because they are side characters, or at least Lady is. As I stated previously, I don't have a problem with her as a character. It's how the writers use her. Everybody who is familiar with DMC, whether they hated or loved the show, are scratching their heads on the decision to have the emotional weight given to Lady. With our MC mostly reduced to a narrative tool to solve the problems of the more physical encounters. We don't get to truly see who he is beyond the mask of confidence he wears. Now you might say this is the first season, and Dante, being the tough guy that he is, isn't going to start airing his feelings out for all to see. But the same can be said about Lady. She is equally as standoffish and doesn't let people in so easily. But why then was so much effort put into the audience emotionally resonating with her, and not Dante? It's like you go to see a Supergirl series and have Superman be the emotional core of the first season. It simply makes no sense. It would be okay if both characters had the same effort put into them, and Lady just hit different. But that is not the case. We see glimpses of Dante's past, sure, but we get the same, and more from Lady. Her story even connects directly with the main villain, putting her at the heart of this season, in a way our MC is not. And this is the reason I feel people felt like she grossly overshadowed Dante. Now you could simply say the writers would focus on him next season. To that I say, are you sure about that? You see, I'm not entirely sure Adishankar and his team would do that. After all, they already sidelined their MC in the first season, which is already a crazy thing to do. So what's stopping them doing the same thing next season? Especially when there was no excuse to do it in this season. In this season, Dante discovered he is the same as the very things he hunts. Yet he barely had any reaction to this revelation. We don't explore how this new reality changes his thinking on his devil hunting crusade, or even his views on his family. Hell, we don't even explore why he was in such deep denial to the obvious fact that he was a half-breed in the first place. Did he truly believe he was a cartoon superhero come to life? We don't know. We could have known, but Shankar and his team didn't think it was important, which is weird, considering this season spent so much effort showing the evil of some humans and the benevolence of some demons. Yet the half-breed who hates demons despite being one, who defends humans but is forced into conflict with them, was entirely missing in episode 6, the episode that explores these very themes. There is no reason why this should be the case. Adishankar revealed in an interview with Collider that not only did he have the creative freedom to do whatever he wanted without Netflix interference, he was also the one that determined the length of this season. Yet with all that leeway, we don't even get so much as a brief flashback showing the connection Dante had with Enzo before his death. This is why my confidence is shaken as we go into season 2. They already avoided so much potential emotional moments with Dante, and now I'm to have faith they wouldn't do the same next season. The same season where Dante would not only be competing with Lady for screen time, but with other new characters and villains as well. Virgil could just as easily outshine Dante next season as Lady did this season. And that is honestly my biggest fear going forward. I understand that Adishankar is trying to get more people who aren't necessarily DMC fans invested in this show, but I think he isn't doing a good job zeroing in on our MC. Forget the power scaling discuss and the nitpicks. I simply want Dante to have more agency in his story. I don't want him to fight for relevancy with Virgil and other characters. And Adishankar doesn't give me confidence in that happening. I do hope I'm wrong though. Please, Shankar, prove me wrong. And that's where I would leave off. The anime wasn't bad, White Rabbit was fine, Lady was pretty good. There just wasn't enough focus on Dante where they easily could have. And the choice to not have him, the main character, be emotionally relevant in season 1 is just odd. Anyway, that's my 2 cents on one of my favourite franchises of all time. I would like to know yours. Please leave a comment in the comment section so I can hear your own thoughts on this series. Also, please leave a like rating and subscribe to my channel so I can continue to make more videos on DMC. Thank you guys for watching and see you all later.